So Denise, education in the world of real estate. Share with us your thoughts on that.
Well, education is something that I think agents know they have to do, and I think agents spend too much time not doing it. So let me kind of give you some examples. Most real estate agents get their clock hours, their mandatory clock hours that they need for licensing. They usually get that the week prior to having the renewal come up, or when the renewal is going to expire. This is probably the very worst time an agent can do that because they're simply cramming. They're not really interested in the topic. When I teach classes, at the beginning of the class, I always ask people, how many of you are here because you have a birthday coming up or you need your clock hours this week? And I will tell you that a lot of them will put their hand up. And then sometimes I'll take it further and ask them, why did you choose the topic of this class? And many times they'll say, I didn't really choose this topic. You're the only class right now close enough to the end, when I'm going to need my clock hours. So I tell agents that, education is a pretty important part of becoming a really good real estate agent. There is absolutely no question in my mind that agents that get designations make more money. Agents that actually take education that they like make more money, but we don't do it enough, and we don't do it on a regular basis, and we cram our education. Not a good thing to do.
I would agree with that, and I always find as an agent that if you're going to spend time in class, which you should, have that be meaningful time. And one of the things that I loved before I worked with you was the safari experience that we offer for agents as a clock hour class. A little bit about that.
Well, the safari that we do, we put on a safari a number of different times of the year, and the whole idea of the safari is getting an agent away from their environment. So it's really important. Sometimes we'll do it on a cruise. This year we're going to Hawaii. We will do it, in beautiful lake settings or ocean settings, or we'll do it in a beautiful hotel. But the whole idea is get away from work, take 2 days. The safari is a 2-day experience, and we find that that's enough time to give them the information we want to give them, but it's not too short of a time that they're not going to learn something. And we have an incredible response from our safaris because people are learning. They're getting away. And I always tell agents, if you can get away and mix in a little bit of pleasure along with the business, it just also makes for a way more memorable experience for them. So getting away for education is huge. That's a real big thing agents should do.
And what do you think about education in person versus, there's all sorts of resources for audio education or booklet education. What do you think about that?
I think that it really depends on the learner. I think that that's not an answer that, we can say, oh, live works all the time. At the Lonas Group, as you know, we do a number of different things. We find that some of our clients really prefer live education because they love interacting with people. They love going and getting their clock hours done that day. I have other clients that really appreciate being able to do their education in the comfort of their own home or in their car when they're driving, so they really like that. I have other clients that say they want to do all their education online. They want to be able to start and stop based on their, what they're working on at the time. They might be really busy. They may not be able to do it all at that sitting. So I think that it really depends on the agent's personality. Now, but there's one thing I worry about, and that is when we get a phone call from a client or a potential client and they have 2 days to get their clock hours done and they're asking for audio education. We know that they're not getting it because they want to learn what we're trying to teach them. It's because they need those clock hours. So I tell agents, ask yourself what best suits your personality. But the key is, if you want to make more money in real estate, you need more education.
Excellent advice, Denise. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Laura.